I think in today's world is that a lot of people get married for. I talk getting married for sport. They get married for the title, right? And we see it all
in the
time.
wedding, the party.
Yeah, this and that, whatever. I want to marry her because I love her.
Got you.
I want to marry her because I know that I can protect her. And I can marry her? I'm going to marry her next summer.
When?
Next summer.
And I think we all just earned ourselves an invitation.
The fact of the marriage part, I was saying earlier, my parents were married for this 46 years, me being equipped to be a husband, is that it's about the protection mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Everything's whole as a whole, right? For me to come on every day and say that you're my wife and I love you and I want to protect you.
Wow, and said be a man and teach. That's different. But unfortunately, so many of our brothers don't have that.
True.
So they don't know.
Like I told her from the beginning, a man is only going to follow the example that's set in front of him.
I like
whether
that.
it's good or bad.
Very true. Very true. You're right.
Whether it's gangbanging or whether it's my parents married 46 years.
I love it. Yeah.
So that's why I treat her the way I do, because my father treats my mother the same way.
I love that.
So that's all I know.
I love that.
I'm going to treat her the same way. But for her, it's hard for her to accept that because she's never had that.
Had it before.
She never
Same
had
here.
it.
I'm super suspicious.
But then a man's only going to follow the examples in front of him. I was even telling her, my parents go on a date every Monday. They still been married 46 years.
I like
She's coming to Sacramento in 3 weeks.
You moving?
So no, just
okay,
visit. So
okay, I got you.
The same place that my parents went on a date.
Prophetic word.
The same restaurant that my parents went on a date to 46 years ago. 47 years ago. I'm taking her. I've never taken anyone there. So for me, anything that I have to go to, no matter what, this is the only person I want by my side, no matter what.
I like that. Good or bad.
Celebration, I want to call her first.
I love it.
If it's bad, I'm gonna call her first. If I need some advice on something, I want to call her first because I know she's always going to be my voice of reason.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited to do life with you.
Absolutely, me too. Me too. You are the one. You are Mrs. Olsen to me.
Ooh. And I've always liked my last name. It's my daddy's name. But for him, I give it up. That's how I know this is something special and new. I'm like, I'm gonna have a new name next year.
I wonder if she actually got married.
He's being detained. He's so sorry. Don't talk to his sister about this. He didn't want his mom and sister to know that he had been detained. My sister is going through her own little problems. She's in Florida right now. Don't bother her with what we got going on. A lot of that back and forth. I don't know if I told you that. I said, because I text her like, the more he tells me I shouldn't talk to you, that tells me I need to talk to you. Something's off. But so he also started these weird text messages like, I love you, you're such a good woman, I really effed this up, I messed up your trust. It just gets weird for 2 hours. I was like, is this your way of wanting to break up? Because I'm like, maybe the ring in last week, this is a lot of pressure on him. I'm like, he's trying to do a breakup? Like, no, you got to dump me in my face. Like, it ain't ever going to be a text message. I'm like, are we doing this through text message? I'm even hitting him like, we went to couples therapy, how he didn't play the therapist, and how I like to communicate and how he likes to communicate. We've went through, so I'm kind of confused by you wanting to do serious talk through text message. Also, he's telling me he's on his way home. He's going to call me when he gets settled at home. I'm like, for months, we've FaceTime while you drive. I've talked to you while you're driving. Like, why all of a sudden you can't talk to me? It's a lot of, I'm going to call you, I promise I'm going to call you, and a lot of apologizing that he don't know if we can get through this. At this moment, I'm upset because I'm like, what is he talking about? But anyway.
I got to stop right here. Well, this is my explanation of why that could be true. Why he texts you now after he was calling you, FaceTime you all this time. He won. He got you. He got the prize. He don't have to wow you anymore. He don't have to jump through no hurdles. So now that he got you engaged, the hard part is done. Now I just got to keep her around. But I can't keep coming up with these lies and excuses and acting like I really want to be on the phone. Because most men really don't want to be on the phone. They just want to talk to the girl that they interested in. Once they get her, all right, I got you. I ain't got to sit on the phone with you for hours on end. Like, again, it's not a good practice, but that's how some men are. I've been like that at times, especially when I'm into a woman. I'll keep doing it. and you'll catch me at times. But at some point, it's just like, yeah, let's talk when we get home, because we can see it face to face, rather than talk on the phone all day. I'm not the talk on the phone all day type of person anyway.
Anyway, after 2 hours of that going back and forth, he finally FaceTimed me with, I've been detained. Why are you detained? Because she said I took Isaiah and she called the police. I was like, okay, call me back. Hang up FaceTime. Me, I'm battered. I'm like, hang up FaceTime, just call me regular. He calls me regular. I'm like, okay, three-way your baby mama. Let's get her on the phone. He wasn't ready. So he does a three-way call. He just so happened to drop me on the three-way. He called me right back, FaceTime me right back. She didn't pick up. I was like, that's so weird. Meanwhile, he was detained. I started calling the number for the baby mama that she's been texting me. I felt like months ago that Jonathan was texting me as his sister-in-law, Lisa, who was doing these flights for us and all of that. I remember telling you that. I was like, in my gut, I feel like this is Jonathan. Nobody talks about another person like this. But I kind of just buried that little intuition, like maybe I'm tripping and I'm just battered, seasoned. But I called Lisa. Lisa got the same funky voicemail that Haraya, the baby mama. I'm like, he's definitely texting me from some type of app or something's going on. So I mentioned that to Jonathan when I got him on FaceTime, like, you've been texting me, pretending to be people. And he's animated. What? On the FaceTime. What? I'm like, I know I sound crazy, but I really do think you've been texting me, pretending to be these people. Why would I do that? How would I even do that? I was like, oh, through apps. People do it all the time. That's what people do.
No, people don't.
But I'm like, you've been detained. What happened with that? They dropped the charges. I'm like, they didn't detain you all this time and then they just dropped the charges? I was like, let me see that paperwork. One thing I do know, you go to jail, you leave in the jailhouse with some paperwork, no matter what it is. They didn't give it to me. They didn't give me no paperwork. I was like, that's not true. I'm calling you lying. I'm telling me you lying, Jonathan. I don't know what you're lying or what the purpose of all of this. Just tell me the truth. I'm gonna send it to you when I get home. I thought you was at home. That's what he told me. So then he sends me this copied and paste chopped up police report, or it don't even have his name on it. Where he messed up though is whoever paperwork it was, he put the county on there. So I just went to the county, being that I'm a little seasoned. I done dealt with a jailbird before. I went to the county and found all the inmates that was in jail that day. Looked through all the names. None of them was Jonathan. I'm like, Jonathan, this isn't true. That's not what the paperwork should look like. I'm going to send it to you. What else do you need me to send so that I can gain your trust back? I'm like, I need all those contracts that you've been signing for your gym. That's been your project, and I've never questioned you anything about that, but I need that too. Cool, I'm going to email it. I'm going to send it to you. Boom. So within 25 minutes of that phone call, he sends me a fake police report. It's a template where he forgets to remove out like last name, first name, middle initial, the stuff like a resume temp. You know, you're supposed to delete that when you put your information in it. He left it and just put his name on top of it. And then he didn't put, for his charges, it was battery and theft of a child. Not kidnapping, theft of a child. I'm like, Jonathan, that's fake. Get this, he sends 2 more. I guess when he was Googling, he had the choices in the templates. He sent me 3 fake police reports in 25 minutes. That's why I told you I'm dealing with a crazy person. Who can type that fast and have that many templates? And when I FaceTimed him, he was outside, sis. He wasn't even in the house. He was outside of a house on FaceTime. I'm like, in 25 minutes, you created these police reports? So I hop on the jail's website and I actually send him a picture of what he should be sending me. I was like, this is what it looked like. And his last name is Olden. So I went to the O's. It was 2 O's and he wasn't in between either one. I'm like, you still lying, but I don't know what's going on. When I get home, when I get home, I'm gonna FaceTime you and you can see it. Okay. When I tell you that when he got home, the entire time I thought he was at home because he was outside somebody's house FaceTiming me. I still don't know who. God bless it. He calls my phone to FaceTime me with the documents. You know how your phone would be like, ring? My phone was like, whoop. He let it connect and hung up. And then he texted me, "Good night, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I love you," type text. Like, that was the end of him. That was him showing me the document. I didn't pick up the phone, playing games. So Thursday, that's Wednesday.
But you played
also on
him.
Wednesday, while he was headed to the airport, I get notifications from my bank
Playing the game.
that I have a return check. I was like, why would I have a return check? I've been had a checking account since I was 16. Like, what is this language? I don't even know what they talking about. I got a return check, insufficient funds, and a low balance email. They all came around the same time. I'm like, what's going on? I opened up my account, and that check that he put in my account that Friday to go out with my friends, it was a fake check, not even insufficient funds. He created a check. They couldn't locate the account. Yeah, buddy. I'm telling Jonathan, like, hey, what's going on with that? Did you put it in that account at Chase that you opened that you put me on, or did you put that check in my account because something's wrong with my account? I put it in your account. So come Thursday, we addressing that on the phone. I'm like, you put that check in my account. I don't know the point of it or what happened. Wells printed the wrong account number on my check. But when I come to San Diego, I got money in my pocket for you. I'll give you all that money back plus the return fees. I'm like, cool. But right now I need some money. This Thursday, my account is like, alert here, alert here. And I'm like, I don't even know what this means. I'm like, I need some money. He was like, okay, I can send it to you, Venmo it. I was like, nah, you messed up electronic funds with me. You can go to Walmart and send it through Walmart. He sends me money through Walmart. Remember, he gave me $400 check, but guess what he sent through Walmart? That $150, not the $400. Just the $150, which that's what he owed me. So I'm happy that I got my $150. Thursday was rough too. Another rough day with us talking.
We ain't even
Friday,
been through a
I
week.
call him. Usually he calling me. He's texting me. He's sending me songs. This is who he is. He's telling me constantly how much he loves me and how much I mean to him. He ain't been doing none of that. He pissed right now. I'm like, something's off. I call him Friday morning. He don't pick up the phone. I'm like, I know he got to take Isaiah to school. That's weird. I hit him again at 9 something. Nothing. At 11:30, I don't know if he texted me or called me. I got good news. I'm like, what? I may not have to appear in court. I was like, and I've been talking to a lawyer. I was like, you wouldn't have to appear in court if they drop charges. And why would you be talking to a lawyer? He wasn't expecting me to, he didn't have no answers for that. Well, if this happens again, I know what my rights are. I was like, Jonathan, you lying. You still lying, and I don't know why. I'll be there later on. I'll be there later on today, and we're going to talk about everything. Supposed to be coming Friday. 3 something come. I still don't have his flight.
Wait a minute. I don't think she told him he was lying. I think she just had it in her mind that he was lying. And she just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I think she loved this man. And she fell in love with him. She fell in love with his sex. She wanted that. And it didn't matter what he said on earth. But he was a compulsive liar, and he probably had a drug problem.
Information. Then it turned into, I'm at Isaiah's school. He got into a fight with another child. I'll talk to you later about it. 5 o'clock come. I know he really not coming because he never fly that late ever. I'm like, Jonathan, just say you're not coming. Then it's another long text message that Isaiah watched me get detained this week. He's dealing with a lot of things emotionally. I just need to be here for my son right now. I know that we need to talk. He gives me a list of everything he ever lied about. I lied about the ring because I needed the money again for the gym. And then I could refinance my house, but it's for such a small amount. I don't want to do that. The reason I moved in with my parents is because they filed bankruptcy. So I've been here helping them out, but I want to be with you and I want to be in San Diego. I'm like, no, player. I never cared about you having a gym or living in San Diego. Like, I'm not quick to marry. Like, it don't even sound that good to me. This is giving me anxiety more than anything. That's the Lord. Ooh. Woo,
But
that's the
you
word.
still talk to him.
So then I was like, it's cool.
I'm losing it. I'm losing
You don't have to come to me. I come to you. He was like, come on. I was like, wait, you messed up my account. I need you to book the flight. I was moving quick. I was being swift, but was broke. So this is 5:09 because I'm like, you can go to Walmart and send me the money. And then I remember thinking, like, I got to get to Walmart to get the money, then get to Chase and book a flight. I was like, that's too much by 6 o'clock. I was like, just book my flight. Just go ahead and book the flight for me. That's cool. He got another little lie with that. I only have $94 available with Chase right now because I've almost reached my max. That's all I have available. I'm like, Jonathan, call Chase and tell them to approve the flight. Like they'll approve anything if you have the money there. The lady was rude. I got this all on text. The lady was rude. She said I won't have the money until tomorrow. I'm like, okay, that's odd. So then he sends me the front of his debit card, the back of his debit card, and of course the zip code, which I already knew this stuff. Talking about, I just don't want you to think I'm lying to you. So here's the information. You can book it at midnight. Cool. I wake up, set my alarm, book the flight, try to book the flight. It's not going through. I know at this point I'm done. Like everything through the week, I'm like, he up to something, I can't figure it out. And then I had to talk myself through what I'm chasing. I had to go back to me like, Jenna, what is it he's showing you who he is, but what are you doing with this? Why you keep reaching out?
Thank you.
And then I was like, I'm chasing closure. I find myself often being like, just let me end it. It was so good. And for it to end like this, I'm not letting it end like this. Like, tell me to my face what's up. That's me. Like, let me know. This is weird. I was up to 5 a.m. I was up all night and half of the day because I was full of anger. But at 5 o'clock, the bells went off and said, Jenna, you got the account information and the pen. So I called Chase. And he never had the money. He was negative for $1,044.
So how did you meet this person? How did you come across it? What happened?
I was just randomly scrolling through Facebook, and I seen she came across of like suggested friends, and I don't know, it was just something about the profile, the picture that made me want to just say, add friend, and then and I think I saw that she was in California. There's another thing too, so that's why I hit the add friend, and then from there, as she said, she sent me this message like, you have a great smile. I would kind of just watch what she was doing randomly. I saw she went to Louisiana for Mardi Gras. I saw that, and at the time, I saw that when she was in Louisiana Mardi Gras that she was with somebody else. So I was just like, well, I don't know if she's single, if she's not, whatever that case may be. So I was kind of like, and then I also, after that, saw her saying, well, I'm about to start going back to the gym and things like that. So for me, I just wanted to be that extra support, extra encouragement to doing that. We had talked in between that, and I told her about, me working in fitness and my story and how I went from 430 pounds to 200 pounds, 220 pounds in that 30 months, about 2 years. So I just want to give her some extra encouragement to do that at the same time. So that's where my focus was at with that.
Text him like, all of this is a lie. There was a young lady, well, I assumed it was a lady, was sending me messages through Facebook Messenger, like a fake account. It wasn't associated with a Facebook page, who told me that Jonathan was a con man. He's a scam artist. Also mentioned that he had a 2-year-old little boy that he didn't take care of and claim. This is stuff I asked Jonathan. Jonathan was like, that's an ex. Everybody hating on me. They don't want us to be great. The girl also said that he was physically abusive, that Jonathan stayed at his mom's house. He don't have a car. He's driving his mom's car. I was like, this hasn't been my experience. This man won't even remove my wig. Crazy. Like, he's a gentleman. She mentioned that she would pick Jonathan up at his mom's house. And I'm like, Jonathan, he don't even let me drive my own car. Like, he's been nothing but a gentleman to me. I'm like, and you talk about he's a scam artist. I don't know what the scam is, because I feel like Joanne, the scam artist. I've gotten a lot out of this relationship. Like, I haven't really given him anything except my free loving spirit and loved on him. Nothing financially, nothing that's monetary I've given to him. So, but as this was all ending, I realized what she was telling me was very much true. No, Jonathan didn't beat me, but she went on. I spoke to the girl. She sent me pictures. I have them. Yeah. So that Saturday, I called several times. I could also see where he was reading my text messages because he had receipts. And then he stopped. At some point through all the text messages I was sending him, he stopped reading them. I don't know what happened. And then I started sending messages to his sister like, this is all odd that Jonathan gave me fake police reports. He's pretending to be whoever your sister-in-law Lisa is. He's also pretending to be Haraya, his baby mama. she was like, oh, I'm in an important meeting. I'm gonna talk to you when I'm out of there. I still haven't heard from the lady, Felicia. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I didn't feel like dealing with people. I was kind of sad. Monday, I was sad. But on Sunday, on that fake police report.
Wait, so what it is just like the Risa Tisa. She's played into the lie, but she's also trying to figure it out because women are natural detectives. They want to figure this out. They're like, I want to get to the bottom of this. I don't want to miss these red flags. The investigator in a woman, the woman's intuition to want to bust this nigga is just like beating down on her mind, her soul, her emotions, and she has to finalize. This is her final boss. Catching this nigga in a lie is a woman's final boss. Hey, call me crazy, but this woman is crazier than Jonathan. Risa Tisa is crazier than Legion. To deal with this stuff is absolutely insane. But I understand the want for love and the need to be loved. I get it. We do dumb stuff when we in love, or we looking for love. We do dumb stuff. Let's put it like that.
For one of the three, he mentioned his ex's last name. I couldn't find her on Facebook because come to find out, Haraya is her middle name. Her first name is Onay. So when he gave me that fake the fake police report, he put her last name in there, and that's how I was able to find her. Sunday, I sent her what I thought the fake messages were and said, hey, I was engaged to Jonathan. I feel like he was pretending to be you through text. Like, I know that sounds crazy. So she hit me on Monday like, I've been waiting for you. Like, yeah, Jonathan, no, I would definitely not say those things about him. I can read them if we want to read them. Let's find her. And that's when everything was connected. So I was engaged to Jonathan and I have questions. I actually thought you and I was texting about Isaiah, but now I think it was Jonathan texting through an app pretending that it was you. And I sent her photos of some of the conversation. She goes, wow, this is Monday. Wow, definitely was not texting me. My name is Onay, but my middle name is Haraya. You were definitely not talking to me by reading this message. You are not the first woman or man to contact me in regards to Jonathan. Jonathan would never really give you my information because he know I would tell you the truth about his lies and deceptions. It's funny, I've been waiting to contact you for quite some time. I give her my phone number, please call me. I said, he slipped up and gave me your last name on a fake profile report. That's how I found you. So she calls.
She better come back to this text message and explain exactly what that was. And y'all know, y'all heard it, but whatever.
Me Monday, and that's when she fills me in. And Jonathan got her for several thousands. She mentioned him being on parole. I was like, parole? Gave me his parole officer's phone number. I called her. He actually got off of parole last year. She gave me 3 other women's names who had similar stories to mine. I contacted all of them. They've all been nothing but nice, reached far as telling me what was going on. I felt like I was losing my mind for a little bit, but he's given them the same similar stories, very, very similar. He didn't get any money out of me. My only investment into the wedding was to save the dates. But I feel like it's my job to let other women know because there's several more victims that I don't know about, and your friends are at risk. If you're into church, he goes to church. That'll be a first date. Whatever you are into, it's now what he is specializing in. I met him through Facebook. I was not interested. I've been living my good life, minding my business. I accepted him because I thought he had a great smile. I was the first person to say something in his DM, and it was something like, you have a great smile. That was that. I was never like pushy, shovey, loving things, none of that. He pretty much watched me for months. Everything I've ever posted on my Facebook, which is private, he went and read about. Even down to my favorite pop is ginger ale. That's now his favorite pop. So, and when I look at his page now, he still hasn't blocked me, but he will soon, I'm sure, after this is out. He was just infatuated. It's a lot of me, like his post for the last 3 months. It's me and my friends and pictures of me. I don't know what the infatuation is. I know that it's a con because he's stolen money from several people. The other con is he has these cards saying that he's a regional director for personal training. He told me that he was foreseeing like all of these Citrus Heights, Folsom, and Fair Oaks, that he was over the training at these gyms. Not true. I spoke to Erica in the human resource department, and he was just a trainer there, and he's no longer there because he was stealing money, allegedly, let me add, from members. And they were sending him personal payments through like Venmo, but he's no longer at the gym. So when he tells you he's a director of any of this, it's all a lie. It's all a scam. With the other women, except one, he got money out of them. Yeah, and I can't say that Jonathan didn't love me. That's when we talk about mental health. I think he loved me at his fullest capacity, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think you giving me cards after cards every time I see you having a card. What part of the game is this? If anything, I'm Joanne the scammer, because this is the part of the sickness. I know that it's the attention that he loves. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not a specialist. I don't specialize in mental health, but I recognize that he's hurting. Yeah, I still have empathy. I recognize he's hurting, and I don't understand the point of all of this. There's been other women that were engaged, other fake rings. There's people that's poured a lot of money into weddings. Maybe that's why he came so quick and fast with me in the wedding. I know a lot of women who want to get married. That's on their like list of successful things to do. That wasn't on my list. I thought, oh, I do love him. I was never in love with him yet, because it was all happening so fast, and I had my eye open. I have kids and other things to be concerned about. But it was fun while it lasted. I will say that, but
it was fun.
I was in a good place before Jonathan. I may need to touch on that, because I spent enough time on myself to say that I've done my homework when it came to me and how I was feeling and being able to express myself. And that's the other reason I'm not falling apart. I was happy before Jonathan, so I can still be happy. Not just one, several people would say, you were so happy with Jonathan. And I find myself reminding them that I was happy before. Like, I don't think a person can make you happy. I think happy is an inside job. If I wasn't in this place, this may have destroyed me. Last year, if he would have popped up, this probably would have sent me to the hospital. I wouldn't want to live, because 2018 was rough. But he came, his timing, I had done my work.
She haven't even seen COVID. COVID hit right after this.
And I was open to it, because I'm like, the universe is blessing me. I'm in a winning season. My friends are in a winning season. Professionally, personally, I am winning. And I wasn't associating my winning with Jonathan. I was in that before him. So it's easy for me to be in that after him. But there's women out here that are not in this place at all. At all. And Jonathan, he's looking for you. What is it? It's tax season is coming up, y'all. Y'all smell them W-2s, they in the mail. You are his next victim. And well, we have two things in common with the 4 or 5 women I spoke to. We're all black women, and we're all single mothers. Every last one of us. Every woman that I spoke to sent me pictures of Jonathan with her children. That's a part of the con. He's constantly grooming you. He wants your kids to love him. My children are gone for the summer, so they only spent 4 days with Jonathan, and that was right out when school started, and he was back to Sacramento. So they're not invested. But if you have little children, even older children, he appears to be great. He cooks, he cleans, he comes across as a provider. There's lots of gifts, there's trips. So I didn't have to come out my bag financially. I still find myself looking over my shoulder because he invested a lot in me and there hasn't been a return. So for the first week, I thought I had a lot of negative thoughts. And I had to snap out of that, self-blaming. I love to go there like, Jenna, how did you not see this? Or are you so stupid? Are you so dumb? But then I had to come up out of that because that caused depression. He wants the most vulnerable woman so that he can play with you. That's kind of the game. And maybe that's why he left me alone because, I'm trying to think about it now, looking back, like he was, feeding me, like he was meeting my emotional needs, which he knew from studying me, and I'm good at expressing how I feel. He took advantage of that. And if you're not in a place to recognize it, I didn't recognize it for a while, it will destroy you. It will.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back in the confessional. Yes, we stay in lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wizard Deals. He keeps it lit, man. We're going to give a special happy birthday to my dear Asir, okay? This is her third birthday, so she keeping it lit. We're going to keep it lit with her, okay? Man, y'all just put happy birthday in the chat, man. Just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So, hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on this video. Then subscribe to the links down below in the description. Follow them. Click the links. Purchase something. Use the discount code everydaypj. Yeah. So. I just ain't feeling this, man. I just don't understand. Like, do I need to step my game up? Like, this guy is damn near a pimp. If she had daddy issues, she would be selling her snatch for this man. This is crazy. She's not a bad looking woman. She's not she's still a woman. She look like she got her stuff together. But when we ask this question about relationships, who are we in the relationships? Who is she? Okay? So in her relationships that have all failed, obviously, because she's still single. So all of her relationships are failing. And I wouldn't just say her, a lot of males too, but for the sake of the argument, her. When is she going to take up accountability for her playing with this man like that? You got to take accountability someday because you sat back and knew this man was lying. You knew it and you blew it. So as far as sympathy, I only got a smidget. And that's because you could have walked away. You could have blocked him. You could have moved on. And I bet you I'll find this dude on Facebook with the details that she's given in the video. I think he'll be able to be found. But who knows? Who cares? Who cares? Woman. Oh, I want to strangle you for making. See, this is why Risa Tisa was good, but it was so bad because she made us sit through 50 episodes when she could have been on level. She's almost on 50 episodes, but she's only on episode 3 or 4. That's what I'm talking about. Like, don't nobody want to sit there and be on some shit for like 10 hours. Like when we got Love Is Blind that came out and all this other good stuff. But whatever. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.
Some women can start working in as fast as 1 week.